we kicked off this series talking about surviving violating sensations, those hidden struggles that cause us to be distracted, those hidden struggles that detour us from the path, those hidden struggles that blur the line between love, pure passion, and lust, those hidden struggles that many are fighting today, don't have maybe the strength to endure or the wherewithal. Maybe there's a lack of understanding of what you're actually truly going through. So bringing hidden struggles into the light. We want to share some information with you today on the mental noise that comes through portals, that presents itself on platforms through various channels. We've been talking about television and movies. So we're going to tap into that today. I am your host, Dr. Lydia Michelle Young. I'm here with my co-host, none other than mentor, intercessor, Janine Nicole. She's in the studio. And we appreciate you for tuning in to Sweet Fire, the podcast. Today is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. We refer to Wednesday as being midweek refreshing fire, where we endeavor to share words with you to refresh you, to bring a renewing, give you a fresh start, fresh ideas, fresh hope, fresh fire to your life. And so here we are. We're ready to dive into this. And come on, mentor, intercessor, jump in.
Good evening, everyone. And yes, thank you for tuning in to Sweet Fire, the podcast. We definitely appreciate those of you all over the world who take the time out to support Sweet Fire, the podcast. We don't take this lightly, nor do we take it for granted. And definitely looking forward to another dynamic discussion on this evening, because it is truly when we bring those hidden things, to the light. When we bring those hidden things to the light, when we expose those hidden things that have a way of hiding in the cover of darkness, when we bring those things to the light, that is when the healing process can begin. That's when a person is able to really identify and come to understand and know their worth. And that is one reason, this podcast is here, to remind each and every one of us of our worth. To remind us of our worth, so that we can live out the truth of we can live out the truth of our identity and really become who we are destined to be. So again, thank you to each and every one of you who are tuning in to Sweet Fire, the podcast.
Thank you again. Mental noise, intercessor, mental noise. Mm-hmm. Listen to that. Mental, it's in the thought. Those unwanted thoughts creates sound, creates noise. It can be very distracting. So mental noise, it comes as a distraction. And oftentimes what happens when a person is distracted by mental noise, these images are presented on TV and movies. And, a lot of times those thoughts lead to create feelings. Those thoughts create feelings. Those portals and platforms are designed to create thoughts, and from thoughts they turn into feelings. And oftentimes people hit the replay button in their minds. They hit the rewind button in their minds. They kind of get stuck, and now it's a loop and a cycle. And how do we get out of the cycle? How do we overcome the mental noise, the hidden struggles and challenges that we deal with on the inside of us? Come on, jump in.
I like that, the mental noise. The mental noise, they serve as a form of distraction. When we rehearse the mental noise, right? When we apply rehearsal to the mental noise, then what happens oftentimes? We begin to respond to what we've been rehearsing in our minds. We respond to it. We react to it. And then we find ourselves making that phone call that we shouldn't be making. We find ourselves, sending a text that we shouldn't be sending. We find ourselves going to a grocery store way out the way from where we live, right? Because we're trying to run into the past that we've been rehearsing, we've been entertaining with that mental noise. That's when the thoughts become reality. That's when the fantasies become reality. When we spend so much of our energy, our time investing in the mental noise.
Right.
And then what happens as a result? We find ourselves being just so distracted that we unintentionally, we tap out of our households. We're not, applying our responsible selves to our households. We're so distracted. We're not giving the kids the necessary time that they need because we're rehearsing the mental noise. We find ourselves being distracted on the job. We were that excellent, employee. Now we're slacking, in our work. Why? Because we are so distracted behind the mental noise. What appears to be so innocent with rehearsing those thoughts, they're not innocent after all. And we find ourselves getting off course because of all the energy spent in rehearsing the mental noise.
A lot of energy. I mean, you don't even really have the energy because there's so much going on in life, and it kind of sometimes zaps us of our energy. And so when we talk about the thoughts, the unwanted thoughts, creating feelings, these feelings that are created from the unwanted thoughts, those are the violating sensations.
Right.
Of those feelings. They're violating. They go against who you truly are. They violate your value. They violate your worth. They violate your purpose. They contradict who you are, and your life intention. That's what these unwanted thoughts, these violating sensations, these hidden struggles, you're trying to deal with it on your own. Hidden struggles, you don't want nobody to know. Hidden struggles that can lead to some really detrimental, it can really put a person in a situation when you're dealing with hidden struggles and you're not sure the resources, the help, the support. Words of empowerment, words of encouragement to help you to withstand those violating sensations. It's amazing some of the things that we allow ourselves to go through. It's amazing. No, we're not happy. No, we're miserable. No, it's only going to last for a moment. It's not for a lifetime. But we will make that sacrifice for a few moments. Come on, come on, jump in.
Yeah, you said a lot there. The mental noise and the rehearsing of the mental noise, right? They're really seducing a person.
True.
That's really a form of seduction.
True.
Right? That's why it is so important to recognize what the mental noise is really doing to a person. Because it is appearing to be innocent. Why? Because it's just a thought, right? Even attach that word to it, just a thought. And it's appearing innocent because the act has not been fulfilled. The act has not been lived out. The action is not reality. But what will wind up happening, it will eventually become reality. It will eventually become your reality in some shape, form, or fashion. Why? Because you're going to get bored with rehearsing the mental noise. You're going to want to fulfill what the mental noise has been producing as a sensation in you.
Right.
And that is a form of seduction. And that is why it is very important to bring that mental noise from the cover of darkness into the light.
Right.
And start applying the tools necessary to stop the mental noise before it becomes devastation.
And That's so real. There is a devastation there. This is the devastation, because those thoughts create the feelings, create feelings. Feelings lead to action, but there's so many as well on the other side, or on the other hand, who those feelings can become suppressed.
Right.
There's what happens when something's suppressed.
Right.
Eventually, there's an explosion. It could lead you down the wrong path, definitely detoured from your purpose, detoured from the path designed, created, that's tailor-made for you, tailor-made for your life. And the question is, how can we turn off all the noise? How can we turn off all the noise? I understand refocus. I understand reset. I understand restart. We're talking about the portals and the platforms being television and movies, because what's presented, the spirit, the force behind the scene. It's the spirit behind the scene, that driving force that creates those unwanted thoughts and desires. And you're an upright person. You're a pastor. You're a leader.
Right.
You're a minister of the gospel.
Right.
You set the example in your home. You're the man of the house. You're married.
Right.
You're in a committed relationship. And so those movies, those platforms, and those entryways, those portals, and the platform, the presentation where things are displayed that are contrary to your value, your worth, actually really was healthy for you. They're contrary to who you are. This is so significant, because, how do you tell a person? I can say it like this. We need to be mindful of what we watch and mindful of what we allow to enter into our ears.
Right.
That stuff can get us in some serious, deep trouble. Come on.
Absolutely.
Jump in.
Absolutely. Again, I'm very excited about this series that we have entered into, because this is real. This is real talk.
Right.
This is 100. We must be careful. We must be careful with what we allow ourselves to be engaged with. We got to be careful with what we watch. We have to be careful with what we allow to go into our ears. We have to be careful with what we speak. We must be careful. We have to be careful. And with that being said, we're talking about the movies. We're talking about the television shows. So what about the music? We have to be careful what we allow ourselves, to pop our fingers to, what we allow ourselves to bob our heads to, right? The music too. It is a dangerous portal that is used to allow the seducing spirit to enter into the person's realm, into the person's atmosphere. We must be a diligent people with carefully guarding and protecting what we allow on our TV, our television screens, what we allow on our iPads, what we allow on our phones, what we allow on our car radios. Because again, the mental noise, it approaches, as being just so innocent, And it's a lot of times those things that appear to be so innocent, they are the most devastating. They come with the most, weight behind them, right? The innocence is a lot of times it's just not coming, in the form of innocence. The innocence is appearing as innocent, but there's just so much stuff attached to it that when a person allows, the entryway, it brings a load of devastation and heartache.
And thank you for that. It really does. It creates that devastation. There's heartache up the road. And be mindful. Do you not know that your children are listening and watching as well?
Right. Your
children, youth, young adults. What type of example are we setting in our homes? What example are we? Are we truly the model to model after? Are we stand up? Are we right about what we're doing? They're watching. They're peeking. They're listening. They're listening. And, you know, creating those types of portraits and pictures and those scenes feeds into that child. And then they you know, become perverted at a young age.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because they learned it where?
At home.
In the home. Watching mommy and watching daddy and big sister and big brother. The enemy is slick, don't care, sneaky, conniving. Perversion. My goodness, perversion. And so what happens with these fantasies that are created? That mind wanders. When there's mental noise, the mind wanders. And so it's time for us to bring our wandering attention back to what truly matters most. What matters most to you? We talk about self-worth and you know, being productive on purpose. What you do in life, do it with intention. Not to bring harm, but to bring good. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we close out the session.
Yeah, we prepare to close. Absolutely. I'm glad you brought up that point that is so crucial with, you know, being mindful that our children are watching. Being mindful that our children are watching, those young, impressionable minds. You know, they're sitting there, they go in the car with mom, you know, in the car with, you know, dad, in the car with grandma, you know, aunt, uncle, whoever, right? They're in the back seat and you're thinking that they're just so involved in their iPad that they have before them. They're playing their little game. Meanwhile, you know, you got that music that's playing that is very perverted. A lot of profanity coming forth from that music. That baby may be engaged in their game, but guess what? Their ear gates, right, is being infiltrated, being violated, being trespassed. Why? Because the guardian, the adult who's supposed to be looking out for that baby, is listening to that perverted music, and now it's getting into that young, impressionable soul, that young, impressionable mind.
That's right.
We have got to really be careful.
That's true.
And if we're not going to be careful for ourselves, be careful for the sake of the young, impressionable minds that are looking up to us. We're supposed to be shaping them, you know, and helping mold them to be productive men and women of society. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be the examples. So again, I'm going to ask the same question that Dr. asked. Are we truly being an example to the younger generation that's looking up to us? And to be that example is to be careful with what we allow our eyes to lay hold of, what we allow to come into our ear gates, and be careful with what we speak, because of the younger generation, they are truly watching us.
They are truly watching us. We're closing now. Please don't allow, and if you have been, take note of this. Don't allow perverted movies and vulgar language and music to train up your child. What's the scripture? Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. Don't sow that seed. Let's do the right thing. Peace be to you. Peace be to your house. And peace be to all.